Okay, this is Johnny Boy Boxing at Fight Hype. I'm here with an electrifying fighter, Tito Mercado, a walking highlight reel, 17 and 0, 16 knockouts. What's going on, Tito? How are you, man?
Man, I'm doing great, man. I'm doing great. I'm sure y'all got the news of me fighting June 14th, man, for some titles. So I'm just excited as you guys are, man. And I'm just ready to start, getting these fights in, man, with these world champions. That's what I've been wanting for a while.
Definitely, man. You have a 94% knockout ratio, man. It's like you are a fan-friendly fighter. People are excited to see you come. What's it been like working with Eddie Hearn so far up to this point?
So far, it's been good, man. It's everything that we expected and everything that we wanted. We wanted more eyeballs on us. We feel like, you know, obviously I was being self-promoted my first, 10 or so fights. And, I fought some pretty good names, but it was kind of being under the radar a little bit because we didn't have the promotion and stuff like that. But now being with Eddie Hearn, I mean, y'all saw what the first fight with Pedraza happened, man. I kind of blew up a little bit more. So that's exactly what we wanted, man. And then, I mean, obviously producing knockouts helps out a lot. So we just trying to do our job and they're doing their job, man. I think we're working great together.
Definitely, definitely. Your last fight, you blew out Pedraza in 4 rounds. Talk about that performance compared to Keyshawn Davis. You got a lot of beef with a lot of fighters, which is good because these fights are just lined up. It's just going to be action packed for you. So, what do you think about your performance compared to Keyshawn's?
I thought my thing was a lot more. I would say I felt like my performance was a lot cleaner, a lot. I wouldn't say one-sided because I mean Keyshawn definitely obviously it was a one-sided fight for him, but at times it got a little bit sloppy. Keyshawn would get too close, and Pedraza would do this weird stuff, and it kind of looked a little sloppy at times. And I mean, ultimately, man, I'm the one that put Pedraza down. I knocked him down. Keyshawn had him standing on his feet, and even then, it was a good stoppage, but it could have went a little longer. So I just felt like the way I did it, I did it in 4 rounds. I put him on his ass, and man, I had everybody entertained, man. I mean, what else? I mean, what else can I really say? I mean, you got a Olympic silver medalist ready going for a world title fight. You took him out, but I took him out better. So I mean, I think that shows everything.
I know Keyshawn, he hasn't talked a lot of trash. You talk a lot of trash. If you guys clash, would you be willing to, yeah, I know you're not going to move down, but if he was to move up to 140, would you entertain that fight? You have so many champions in your division, Teofimo Lopez, Hitchens, would you want to face Keyshawn first, or is there any particular order?
If you move this to 140, man, I'm willing to take that fight ASAP. I mean, like that's the fight I've been wanting. I'm not those type of guys. You got guys like Shakur and all that, man. Be like, oh no, not that fight. But man, if I've been wanting you for a while, man, I'm willing to put. If I'm not a world champion by then, I'm willing to put my goal to the side real quick just to take him out. So I'm not really worried about that. Yeah. So to answer your question, yeah, if he comes to 40, I'm tapping that for sure.
So you'll take that over T.O. I mean, Hitchens, if they offer you all three, that was the one that you want first. You want to.
Yeah, because that one's just personal to me. I wanna take that vendetta off of me.
And how do you beat a fight? I mean, I know you're going for the knockout. Obviously, your power speaks for itself. But how would you go about that? What things can you expose about Keyshawn, you think?
Man, look, I'm not gonna expose my game plan, but he's a fighter that I felt, at times when he did get touched, I seem a little shaky. And ultimately, man, that look, I fought a lot of guys that do that shoulder roll shit. That shit ain't gonna work with me. You got to switch his style completely to fight me. And I'm gonna just keep doing the same thing I was doing, man. Everybody knows I got power and I can box. I think a lot of people underestimate that I can box too. So once he gets in that ring, he'll see. And I know for sure it won't go to a round. I'll tell you that for sure.
So what's your final message to him? Because he's probably gonna see this, soon.
I mean, he always sees the messages, man, but he chooses his army. He chooses his fights wisely. So I'm saying he just like Shakur, he chooses his fights wisely. But if when he sees me, just knows once he comes to 40, he's in my lane now. And then, like I said, man, he's gonna get slept. All that DB3 shit don't mean nothing when he's in the ring with me.
Okay, definitely, man. I respect that. Now, Keyshawn and Shakur, you brought that up. Are there friends in boxing, and should they fight? This is business, right? Boxing is a business. Should they face each other? What do you think about that?
Yeah, man. I mean, they're holding the two belts hostage. I think they should be able to face each other, unless they were blood brothers. And I'll be like, you know what? They got a. I guess they got a reason to. But man, come on now. They didn't know each other till I think like they were a little older, like 13 or something like that. So I mean, really. But I mean, that's their thing. I heard some like, I think I seen something where I don't know if they're beefing or whatever, but man, hopefully we get those fights to happen, man. Because or get a new world champion in there, right? We need somebody to beat them then, so we could like kind of get it moving. Because nobody likes seeing the belts hold hostage over some friendly shit.
Definitely, definitely. Edwin De Los Santos, what do you think of his chances of? He put up a good fight against Shakur. What do you think about him going against Keyshawn? Does he have a chance, an opportunity to beat him?
I don't think so. I don't think so. Just because, man, 2 year layoff, man, that's a long time being laid off, And I doubt he was in the gym for 2 years too. I know those type of Dominicans, man, they be eating plátano and shit. Bro, they know they're on vacation. I mean, he's off that Shakur money still, so I really doubt it, man. I don't think he's been in the gym like that. He's gonna come overweight probably. But 2 years is a long time, man, to be laid off. 2 years is way too long. So I mean, Keyshawn should be able to beat him. I don't think he'll stop him, but I think Keyshawn should be able to beat him. I mean, he's been active, man.
Definitely, definitely. So the discipline will work against him.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, he hasn't been active. Maybe if he had a fight before that, maybe I'll be like, maybe he's already kind of like getting his gears warmed up, but I don't see it.
Okay, okay. Now another matchroom fighter that you'll be fighting on the same card on June 14th, Richardson Hitchens. I just interviewed him yesterday. So talk to me about what are your thoughts of facing him, and what do you think about his skill set as a fighter?
I think I'm excited for that type of fight because I don't know if you guys know I'm fighting for the IBF North America title, so I'm trying to work my way up in those rankings to get that fight with him. But man, I think it'll be a good fight. He claims he got this New York fan base and shit. I ain't gonna lie to you, I ain't never heard nobody from New York claim his ass. So I mean, he's delusional as fuck. But I think it'll be a good fight. As far as a fighter, he's a solid fighter, man. But I feel like he's just super basic. With that Paro fight that he won the world title for, I didn't see nothing special about him. He threw a nice jab, right hand, but I ain't see nothing, no technical. I ain't see no body shots. There's a lot of things that were missing, man, in the world champion. And when we fight, for sure, I know that I'll expose that. And I mean, we saw what Limos did to him, and Limos don't got the power right guy, so we gonna see what's gonna happen. But I'm definitely been trying to eye that fight, man. I've been talking about him, but like all these guys, man, they stay quiet. They choose who to come out to. There's a reason why he's going back and forth with Cambosos because he knows who Cambosos is as a fighter.
Exactly. I hear you. So you're looking to make a big statement at the Garden, and hopefully he'll be watching that. Has Eddie spoken to you about any of the fights or anything with Hitchens or no?
No, but I'm sure, obviously, them getting me the titles that, they're getting me. Obviously, Hitchens, being his champion, I'm sure we lining something up for that, for sure.
Yeah, that'll be easier to make the fight because you're both in the same promotional company. But what's your final message to Hitchens?
Man, June 14th, man, you better watch out because I'm taking over New York. He's claiming all that New York shit. Like I said, man, I'm taking over New York. So let's just see he brings his A game, man, because George Kambosos, don't get me wrong, I think he's a C level fighter, but he does come to fight. And hopefully you don't get your title taken from you, man.
Okay, definitely. And then talking about the other champion in your weight division, Teofimo Lopez, WBO champion. He's in talks to face Devin Haney, but he's jeopardizing that fight by dissing Turkey Al-Sheikh, calling him a dictator. Did you hear about any of the back and forth on social media before?
Yeah, I don't know, man. Something's wrong with Teal. They need to put his ass like in an insane asylum or some shit. He's like all over the place, huh? I don't know, man. I think he's on drugs. He's lost or something though. He needs therapy or some shit. But yeah, I don't know. He just lashes out too much. He's emotional. He lashes out way too much. I don't know. I don't know if Turkey will work with him, but never know. As far as that fight though, he should be able to beat Devin Haney based on his last performance. He still looks traumatized from that Ryan fight, from what I saw.
Yeah, so he was like being too defensive in your opinion on the bicycle.
Too defensive, and when he did get hit, I mean, it was rare, but when he did get hit or he blocked the shot, he looked shaky, like he was just traumatized. So I mean, fighters like that, man, usually, there's some fights, man, where you could lose and you could, kind of come back, but when you get beat up like that, man, you're just not the same no more. Kind of like, give you an example, like a fight like Chavez versus Melcher Taylor, right? When Melcher Taylor took all that damage, the second fight, he's not the same no more. Some fighters, man, you can only go past a certain limit and you can be yourself again the next fight.
Definitely. So Tio's talking about signing with Floyd Mayweather. What do you think about that? And your message to Teofimo Lopez. I know you would like to face him and you want to fight all the champions in the division, but what do you think about him joining Floyd Mayweather?
I don't know if that's a good move. I don't know if that's a good move. A lot of people leave Floyd Mayweather for a lot of reasons, right? He had a lot of guys like Hitchens, Tank, which I'm sure Tank. I don't think Tank's working with him no more, but
No.
they just had a lot of bad things to say about him. So I mean, I don't think that's a smart move. I think he's going backwards. But hey man, if Floyd's paying him, I guess that's fine. But I don't think that's a good move for him. Not at this point in his career.
And how does a fight play out with you and Tio? How do you beat a fighter without giving your game plan? That'll be, down the road maybe. But how do you beat a fighter like him? He has a great athletic ability. Sometimes it seems like when he fights an elite fighter, he performs well. But when he goes up a lesser name, he doesn't perform as well. Maybe he's not motivated or he's not disciplined. He's not training as hard. What do you think about that? And how do you beat him?
I mean, he's a good fighter, man. He's real athletic, but like I said, man, I don't know. I mean, we've seen a lot of fights where he had a lot of flaws, right? And I mean, we've seen that he doesn't really know how to come forward. Not that good. So it's gonna be an interesting type of fight, man. But definitely, we're both gonna be real athletic in that fight, and I just feel like he'll run into something. He's a guy that takes chances, which I like. You know, it's gonna be a fight that's gonna be entertaining, explosive. And I just don't see how he takes that shot, man. We see him get down with Cambosos and Sander Martin, who are not really big punchers. So that would be an interesting fight, man. But for sure, I think he'll probably go a couple rounds because he has a big block head. So it's gonna take a couple shots for me to like, loosen him up a little bit. But I think around five, I think probably like 6 to 8 rounds, I think I take him out because he's just a guy, like I said, he just relies on his athleticism too much.
Definitely, the fans appreciate the way you talk about the other fighters. You get them riled up before the event, so you definitely know how to sell a fight and you know how to close the fight with that knockout power. But we just switching gears real quickly. We have a super fight coming in September between Terrence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez. I'm curious to know your thoughts on that fight. Who wins that fight and how?
Man, I've like mixed feelings about that fight. Part of me is like I think that's just way too many weight classes. We saw Chance Crawford in that 154 fight with Madrimov. He, there's a lot of people saying it could have went either way. He didn't look as good as dominant as he did as 147, right? And now he's going up another 2 weight classes against Canelo. But I mean, if we being honest, Canelo's a great fighter still, but he's obviously slowing down a little bit. They both are. They're both aging, feel me? So it's kind of like I think whoever wants to fight a little bit more, but. I mean, if I had to give the edge to, I'll probably give it to Canelo, and I think if he catches him with a good shot, man, he should be able to put him down. I mean, Terrence Crawford's gonna get hit at least once, and I just wonder how he's gonna take that power because Canelo's obviously a big puncher, and we've seen Crawford hurt a couple times before.
Absolutely, man. Well, we wish you the best of luck, champ. June 14th, I'll be in the building. I'll see you personally. I wish you the
For sure.
best of luck. You're a very exciting fighter. The fans are falling in love with you the more you continue to perform. And I'll see you then. It's Johnny Boy Boxing at Fight Hype.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
You got it, Tito.